Ladies and gentlemen, today I would like to talk to you about a pressing need in our society, the issue of food waste. In America, over 35% of food produced is wasted or unsold. ReFed estimates that we could provide every starving person within the United States 3 meals per day every day if we were to recover roughly 50% from the food that was being wasted. Growing, processing, and discarding food that is never consumed cost American businesses, farmers, and consumers 218 billion. Businesses lose on average 74 billion annually due to food waste. Additionally, their research reveals that 43% of food wasted by weight happens at home. Each year, American consumers spend 144 billion on food that they eventually toss away. The data and figures I previously gave demonstrate unequivocally that food waste is a significant problem that has an impact on all of us. We may influence things by acting and implementing minor adjustments in our everyday lives. A definite trend in worldwide food waste has been seen. According to a 2019 FAO analysis, developing nations were more inclined to lose or waste food in the upstream phase due to inadequate infrastructure and harvesting practices, whereas middle and higher income regions exhibit greater waste and loss of food at the down phase or the consumer level. It comes without saying that the earlier food waste occurs in the supply chain, the more of an environmental impact it has, since we have to account for the energy and resources used to prepare, transport, store, and cook the food. Food would rank third on the list of nations behind United States and China in terms of greenhouse gas emissions. Do you remember the last time you tossed food away? How did it make you feel? Guilty? Frustrated? We've all experienced it, and I'm here to tell you that's something we can alter. To build a better future for ourselves and future generations, we need to stop wasting food. May we cooperate? Food waste that goes to landfills produces enormous amounts of methane, which is a greenhouse effect that is even more potent than CO2. People might not be aware that high concentrations of greenhouse gases like methane, CO2, and fluorinated gases heat the planet's surface by absorbing infrared rays. This process causes an increase in temperature and shifts in the climate. Since agriculture accounts for 70% of all water consumption worldwide, food waste represents a huge loss of surface and underground water. In essence, we are squandering 50,000 liters of drinking water that was required to make 2 pounds of meat by tossing it out, similar to how a single cup of milk down the drain wastes roughly 1,000 liters of water. In terms of land use, 3.4 million acres, or nearly one-third of the world's total agricultural land area, are used to grow food that is wasted. In addition, millions of oil tanks are wasted every year to produce food that is not being eaten. And none of this even takes into account the harm that agriculture techniques like converting wild areas into agriculture areas and monocropping, which uses a field to grow pristine rows of single crop, may do to biodiversity. It has a direct influence on our daily life, and in addition to the environment and economy, which when this issue is present. We waste precious resources and add to the increasing issue of climate change every time we toss food in the trash. Furthermore, because the cost of food is always rising, wasting food also entails wasting our hard-earned money. What can we do then to assist the solution of the issue? From growers and processors of food to retailers and individual customers, improvements must be made at every level of the process to avoid food waste. Priority should be placed on achieving a balance between supply and demand as a first step. Reduce production of food that is unnecessary results from this reduced unusage of natural resources. Second, more work has to be put into creating better methods for gathering, preserving, processing, and distributing food. If there's an excess food, action should be made to redistribute it or direct it to those in need. The UN estimates that by 2050, food production will need to rise by more than half to satisfy the demands of the expanding population. But if food waste were to minimize, the real increase would be much smaller. In order to avoid wasting edible food, consumers should also aim to purchase their food in line with a meal plan. Although buying food in bulk may seem like a good deal, if all you do is throw it in the trash at the end of the week, you're not actually saving money. If the meal still provides to be inappropriate for human consumption, it can be fed to cattle instead, conserving valuable resources that would have been used for the production of commercial feed. If the food is unable to be used again at all, it should be composted or at very least responsibly recycled as opposed to being disposed of in landfills where it will rot. Did you know that adopting home composting may prevent an average home from sending roughly 33 pounds of food waste to a regional trash facilities annually? I'm here today because I'm enthusiastic about the subject and have done a lot of research. I have personally witnessed the effect that food waste has on the environment and our economy and our everyday lives, and I know this is a fixable problem. In conclusion, the problem of food waste impacts every one of us individually, in addition to the environment and the economy. We may assist in the solution of this issue by improving our awareness of our eating behaviors and lobbying for change at government level. Let's join together to cut down on the food waste and build a brighter future for present and future generations. Thank you.